Browns ain't bad for wounds.
I always forget how to get
rocks. Ain't nobody fourth down punting. Yeah, the Browns ain't punting. Steelers fans are scared of us, and every team we crush it. Baker's the X Factor. We got the last.
You don't need to see me. You should be able to see me in the Zoom window, though. Just make the slides a smaller window, and then just capture that, like make them full screen and capture that window. Okay. Every team we crush it. We're listening to Sir Yacht, Odell Town Road. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Odell Town Road. All right, you ready? I got Odell running the flat, touchdown with a snatch. Teammate holding back, and the stadium is packed. Riding with my box, Baker getting blocks. All right, what's up, everyone? Tom, already giving us. Yeah. Can you hear us?
For technical difficulties.
Already, man. Tom, why don't you come and sign on to be our producer?
It's unacceptable. It really is. We need a producer. We could use one.
Yeah. I'm clearly terrible at it. That previous was Sir Yacht, Odell Town Road, Lil Nas X. He put it up. It's a Billy Ray Cyrus parody. But while you're in here, Tom and Hey Cliff, is there really still an echo? For me, it's my mic, isn't it?
Oh no, John, you gotta change mics, buddy.
I can't figure it out.
We can't go through this again.
Does this do anything? Do a mic check, Jim.
Mic check. Check. 1, 2, 3. Check.
Did that do anything? If it's still echoing, we're just gonna stop. Because I'm gonna be too pissed off to even continue.
I get it.
Yeah, John with a lot of echo. Fuck it. There's got to be something on this scene. I guess Jim's is supposed to be good. I don't understand it.
Damn technical issues.
It's fine on my other scenes. But there's something up with my mic, I guess, on this. Here, let me check my settings here. Nothing is different.
Yeah, because Zoom isn't processing.
Right. There's nothing different.
In any weird way.
I have no idea. It's got to be some setting on the scene, and I can't figure it out. And until
a setting on your headphones, maybe. You probably have software that's attached to those that you bought. We shouldn't be talking about this on the air anyway.
What's that?
I said we probably shouldn't be talking about this on air.
Let's see. Yeah, 4 people are watching. I know, but if they can't, if I'm an echo, no one's gonna want to watch it.
Fucking amateurs.
And the VOD is going to be crappy. So
that too. What?
Thanks for joining in, everyone. We have some good slides. OBS, Tom, is the software that we're using to stream, and it has been fine until last week. And my other ones are fine. So I really don't know.
Well, does your cans and mic have a specific software that it came with, or do you just using generic software?
It goes through the system you designated. Hi Tiana, thanks for watching. We're figuring out my technical difficulties today. Yeah, Brian says you sound great with a weird face. So
me?
No, me. So, yeah, I don't have my issues worked out yet, everyone. I apologize. And I'm not going to be able to continue. until I do some more tests to figure out what's up.
It's very compelling radio.
You can carry the show while I test.
All right, folks. Well, what does everybody think of the draft? Huh? I like it. I know that much. I especially love the first pick. Greedy. Or is it Grady? How do you pronounce that? Grady? Greedy? I think his first name is Andreas or something. I can't even pronounce it. Good pick there. I like the linebacker from BYU. Safety from the U, Miami, Florida. Don't know much about him, but he's a physical guy. Like him too. Drafted a kicker in the 5th round. Not too sure about that, but we had 3 picks in the 5th, so who really cares?
All right, I think I may have fixed it. So if you guys are listening now and you hear me, is it fixed?
You can only ask.
What is wrong? I don't have a problem with the kicker.
No, I mean,
5th round may be a little high. But he can punt too, so if our punter gets hurt.
Yeah, you know what? My reasoning behind I don't care about that either. We had so many picks, and we weren't going to sign 8 rookies to be on the team because we don't have 8 spots. I think we talked about that last week. So you have 3 5th-round picks. If you like a kicker, just use the pick on a kicker. Who cares?
For sure.
Yep. It's not a big deal. We have a full roster. We have a bunch of really good players on paper, so who cares? That you took a 5th-round flyer on a kicker. No big deal. And I'm glad, too, because I hate Greg Joseph. So great.
Why do you hate Greg Joseph?
Give him some competition.
Why do you hate Greg Joseph? Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Why do you hate Greg Joseph? Yeah, they can hear me. They said it's still a little tingy.
Tingy, yeah, that's bad. Hey, and if anybody wants to chime in, that's great.
Please.
I welcome it. But we all know, or we all saw with our own eyes, that Greg Joseph, even when he made kicks, the kicks were kind of wobbly. They would barely make it right, barely make it left. He missed extra points. He missed field goals. And look, Greg Joseph made 69.7% of his field goals in college.
That's not a real high number.
Well, that should tell you all you needed right there.
There's a couple comments. Nick says the best value pick is Wilson in the 5th.
I like that pick, yeah, for sure.
I do too. I was surprised he fell.
I am surprised.
I was surprised Greedy fell, to be honest.
I'm surprised an Alabama linebacker like that fell to the 5th round, which kind of is head scratching. Like, what is there something that we don't know, or is he just maybe he's just graded out as an inside guy? He can't play any other position, and that's not highly valued. But I'll take him. That guy was good in college. I think he had like 6 picks in his career, which shows he can cover. He can cover receivers and tight ends and running backs. At least in college he could. So I like that. I like that pick a lot. Yeah, that's a good value pick. I totally agree with that.
And then Tom said, Tom wanted to know what his percentage was last season. I think he meant Greg Joseph. And then he also said he was shocked that we didn't trade up more, and he doubts that all that are drafted will even make the cut.
Probably not, and you know what? It doesn't matter. Like I said, I think everyone pretty much knew the Browns weren't going to make 8 draft picks because there's no spots, and it's just we have actually a pretty good team on paper. There's not a lot of holes. So we gave up, I think, how many picks did we end up actually trading away? Like 2? At least
1. We traded the 1 5th rounder.
Okay, and we drafted the kicker, so yeah, it'll be interesting. May the best man win. I hope Seibert wins. I don't like Greg Joseph, but I expect both the linebackers to make the team for sure. And the safety I don't know much about, but he's from the
Sheldrick Red Wine.
Yeah, here it is right here.
Ray says I think Dorsey nailed all the picks except the third rounder. That is Sion Taki.
I like that guy, and you know what? For what it's worth, it's hard to say if anybody nails a draft like 2 days after the draft is done. You have to. You should wait at least a couple. Some say 3 years to really grade the draft.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sione Taki is the next. Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
I don't know. Do you?
No, I don't.
Oh,
Shepis, who is Prospect X? We're missing something. We're terrible Browns commentators. I don't even know what that is alluding to.
Miami Red Wine. We got Grady Williams. It was our first pick. We drafted an offensive lineman.
Yep. If you brought the slides up,
did I bring up the slides?
They're all on there.
Okay, there we go. Here we go, folks. Just a second.
They're all there. Tom says he's just glad we aren't the Giants. That's the truth.
The Giants blow. All right, draft overview, folks. There we go. So, yeah, who is he talking about?
You didn't share it. They can't see it.
Oh, okay. How do I do that? Oh, there it is.
The echo's now gone. Thank you. I don't know what I did.
Is it shared?
No. You hit the green share button in the middle of the Zoom window.
Oh.
So go to the Zoom window where the cameras are.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hit the green button. Then select the slides. We might have to practice this before the regular season kicks in. We got a thumbs up. What's up, Eli? And then you can make that full screen. Then you can make it hit the present button over in the right-hand corner. Do you know where the present button is? Next to the yellow share button, it says present. Next to your icon on Google. Look at your icon in the right-hand side of the window.
No, don't see it.
Oh, man. All right, so what are you doing now? You're not going to share the slides at all?
It's not that. What you're saying is not here.
It was. Everyone could see it. Everyone could see it. So Tom put in a SI.com article for Prospect X, Mystery Draft Sleeper Reveal. These clearly Tom and Nick are up on it way more than we are.
All right.
Yeah, they were defense heavy. They didn't do a lot of offense. They took that offensive tackle.
Well, because they did all their offense in the before the draft.
That's fine. I still think we need a backup.
Odell Beckham Jr. and Kareem Hunt, two of the best offensive players in the NFL.
You sound angry. You sound angry.
I am angry because I can't get these damn slides.
Do you think our... You had it shared. It was perfect. I was just trying to show you how to...
Gone? Or is it
there?
Yeah.
No, it's gone.
Oh, really? So...
Yeah.
I shared it.
You haven't shared it.
Yeah, I shared it.
No.
I did.
You shared it for 30 seconds.
I did share it.
Are we concerned that there's no backup quarterback?
Is it there now?
There it is. Now, all I was saying was if you hit that present button, now it's going somewhere. Now you made a new slide. There you go.
Yeah.
So, do you see your Reddit shortcut? Right underneath your Reddit shortcut, there's a square that says present next to it.
No, that's where your big fat face is. Right by it. It's right in front of it.
I don't know what to tell you. We'll just leave it. Austin Siebert in the 5th round. Do you guys like that pick? There's a lot of controversy about Siebert. Shepard said if Dorsey gets Gerald McCoy, look out.
Oh, God, no. No thanks.
Tom says, damn it, Jim. You don't want Gerald McCoy?
God, $13 million a year is what he's due for the next 2 or 3 years? That guy is on the backside of his career. I'm sorry. I know he had a decent year.
He's 31.
He's rotational. He's not starting.
How many years is he under contract for? The next 2 years?
3 years left on his deal.
Whatever you're doing, you got to stop hitting the slide button to start a new present. Now, it went away. It's all gone. You're not sharing anymore. Oh, you're sharing again. What's up, Jared Regano?
Really? Oh, he came in at the worst time.
The next slide, you were going to have to click on a link to bring up their roster spreadsheet.
That's not going to happen.
We didn't want him to get... No one in here wanted him to get a backup quarterback? We're going to roll with... Garrett Gilbert. What's eating Gilbert Grape and Drew Stanton? That's who we're going to roll with? Or are we going to wait for someone to get...
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, if you look
Shepard says it's not your money, Jim. You shouldn't be worried about bringing in McCoy.
Right, that's what my dad always told me when I would bitch about stuff like this. He said, hey, what do you care? It's not your money. I hate that argument. I hate it.
Hey, Duke for McCoy is a steal if we can do it straight up.
Okay, you're taking on the contract, and the guy is not going to start. Gerald McCoy is not starting on this team.
But we'll have a good rotation. We'll have a good defensive line rotation.
Okay. You want to bring a $13 million...
Keep people fresh. Keep people fresh all year.
Tackle? Okay. That's fine. Let's go back to the quarterback where I am a little bit concerned.
Gilbert Grape, Drew Stanton. They should have drafted one.
But for starters, let's just be honest about this. If Baker goes down, you're fucked anyway. So, does it really matter who the backup quarterback is?
I think if you have a more competent backup and you're pretty good,
it only matters if the injury is minor.
I mean,
if your quarterback is only going to be out 3 or 4 weeks.
Odell Beckham made Eli look pretty good, didn't he?
Well, Drew Stanton can man the ship for a few weeks, but if Baker goes down for a long time, you're screwed.
I think that's what, and if we look at our roster, if you look at that, any injury to this team and all of these great expectations are out the window.
I don't agree. No, I think only to Baker. Baker's the one. I think you can absorb injuries to just about any position except that.
I don't think they can absorb any injuries to their D-line. I don't think they can absorb any injuries to their linebacking core. We don't even know that.
I think Norris has gotten some good depth at most of the spots.
Yeah? Bring up the roster.
I would if I knew how to work your damn slides, but every time I hit share, it shares everything I'm doing on the internet, which is probably not good for me or for the people that are watching this.
Yeah. So once you share it in Zoom, you have to just forget the Zoom window is even there and use your active window that you chose. But you should also have the
concept of what's going on here.
Yeah,
but
that's okay. I had a nice roster spreadsheet, everybody, that I put together. We can't look at it because Jim doesn't want to share his screen anymore because he's nervous. We've lost all of our viewers anyway, so it's okay.
Really? They're all gone?
Yeah. We were at peak 6, and now we're at 3 active.
Jared Regano's gone, too?
He probably took one look at it and said, I don't know what Jimmy was talking about.
I needed him to keep listening.
He might be there still. Shepis said he said, Klingenberg, you're a GD disaster. Shepis, why don't you come in here and share the slides?
I am. I've never done this. I don't know how to do it.
Tom says, you need to practice sharing. You must have skipped that day in preschool. Hey, this is better. Jim, don't get mad. Now, Jim's going to get mad, you guys, and we're not going to be able to see the roster. Tell us what you're doing. You're not doing anything? Oh, there's awkward silence. You want me to send you a separate link?
Worked last week just fine.
It did.
It's not working. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not working.
Gotcha. Screen share isn't working. All right, everyone. Well, I'm sorry screen share isn't working. Tom, I'm not going to provoke Jim anymore. He already looks angry. Okay, so back to the conversation then. I think you're right. They could probably sustain an injury, but they're other than like you only need 11. But I just didn't see a lot of depth when I'm looking at linebacker or safety. Corner.
No, I think the defensive backfield's fine.
Okay.
Linebacker, who knows? Hard to say, but I like the draft pick. Yeah, I do. And plus, you have to remember, defensive backfield, we signed Morgan Burnett. I think his name's Eric Murray from the Chiefs. Safety, still have Denzel Ward. Drafted Grady Williams. Still have...
Do you think those two safeties are going to cut it? Morgan?
Carey's still a good 5 guy, at least. Nickel guy.
Who?
TJ Carey from OU.
Yep.
He's a nickel guy. He was good.
Yeah, you can't have stars up and down the roster.
No, you can't. Nobody does. Patriots definitely don't. Except they win the Super Bowl every year. So
Cliff said Mitchell. Do we still have Mitchell? We do still have Terrence Mitchell.
Yes, we have Terrence Mitchell.
He was doing really good through the first 8 games. Then
he got hurt. He came back and he made a good impact again when he came back.
You could see his bone pop up in that game.
Not good. Yeah, every time I hit share, the file's not there.
All right, here we go. So listen to me. Oh, where'd you go? You had to go back to that window. Didn't you have another? It looked like you had a different.
I do, but.
Is it Chrome?
It's Chrome, yeah.
Okay. Go to Chrome. Now, do you see the tab, WNQB, a Browns Fancast? The tab? Next to the Zoom tab? Up, right there.
Yes.
That is it. Now go to the next slide. Do you see where it says roster link? Click on that.
I can't click on it.
Yes, you just did, and then click on that. There you go.
There's the roster.
There's the roster. Oh, you moved it over. Move it back to where it was, if you can.
I can't.
You can't?
Yeah, I can use the click wheel. It's functional.
All right. I think we're cooking now.
See, if I knew I had to do this beforehand, I would have made sure I knew how to do it. So
it's okay. It's not your fault. It's mine.
No, to those jackasses that are...
You guys, see? I told you he's getting hot. You got to leave him alone.
Some guy just asked me how to find our Fancast. How does he do that, John?
Oh, you go to WNQB, a Browns Fancast on Facebook. And you can find it. Yeah, it is.
Repeat that, please.
WNQB, a Browns Fancast.
At WNQB?
No. You're getting a lot of encouragement.
I'm sure. All right, let's go. Let's finish this off. Do we have any listeners or viewers left?
They're struggling, but they're still here. They're giving us a lot of encouragement. A lot of positive encouragement.
Really? Not a lot of fuck-offs and you suck?
No. Let's roll down the roster. I want you to be able to increase the size, the viewing size, but I don't want to ask too much. I don't want to ask too much. Do you see where it says 100% next to view only?
Of course.
Try to make it 125.
Yeah, of course. We can try that.
There we go. That's a little bit better. So, yeah. So, look, we got... Oh, that's good. That's good. That's fine with me. So, we got Odell, Callaway, Higgins, Ishmael Hyman, Blake Jackson, Jarvis Landry, Damian Ratley, Damon Sheehy Gillespie, Jalen Strong, and Derek Willis. How many of these guys are going to make it? 5?
You know what? That is actually a pretty decent question. I would say, well, how many receivers are you going to keep on the roster? How many you want? I don't know. Yeah, 5. I'd say 5.
Right, 5, maybe 6. What's up, Bradley? Thanks for tuning in. We're hitting our stride here tonight. Yeah, 5. So we got Odell, Callaway, Higgins, Jarvis, and either Willis, Ratley.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about Jalen Strong. Actually, yeah. You know what? It's possible 6, but 6 definitely would be the max.
Max. Sure. That's max. So I would say that those are set. I think we got a good group, obviously.
Yeah. Jalen Strong, I would assume, has to make the roster. He was such a high pick a couple years ago.
I don't think he's a lock to make it. He's going to be in competition with Willis and Ratley. I don't see the other guys really. I mean, obviously, who does? Ishmael Hyman, Blake Jackson, Damon Sheehy, Giuseppe, is that like junior JUCO multi-purpose return guy / wide receiver? He might make it. Yeah, he might make it as a returner.
Or he could make pizza in the
in Wycliffe. Let's look at tight ends.
Let's look at tight ends.
I'm not worried about wide receiver at all, and obviously no one should be. We got Farrell Brown, Orson Charles, Seth DeValve, Demetrius Harris, David Njoku. 4 of these guys are going to make it.
And I'll tell you why. I don't think David Njoku is an every down tight end. I don't think he's a Travis Kelce either, or a Rob. Obviously these are the top guys in the league, but I don't think he's like that. I think he's a guy that can make some good catches here and there, but you can't count them all the time. I would have liked to see them draft a tight end, but they didn't. So okay, whatever. So you're stuck with Seth DeValve, Orson Charles blocking tight end, Demetrius Harris. I don't know much about him. He's a journeyman. That's it. You're light there. Way too light, if you ask me.
Yeah. Yeah, the tight end spots. I mean, they're obviously counting on Njoku, and they're counting on him to block. He's already been told he had to step his game up in that position. It's his 3rd year.
Yeah.
He can make big catches, but he has some horrible drops of easy ones.
All right, moving on to tackles.
Okay, we got Desmond, Chris Hubbard, Kendall Lamb, Greg Robinson, Brad Seaton, Drew Forbes. Shepis says Demetrius Harris is an under-the-radar free agent signing.
I've heard that, but I'll believe it when I see it.
So take that, Shepis.
Yeah, take that, Shepis.
All right, so what about our tackles?
Right, we got Phil Hubbard. Sorry, Chris.
Shepis says he's actually really good, so he didn't appreciate your sarcasm.
Okay, that's fine, but the guy hasn't proven shit.
On our team.
You have to do it on the field. All right?
Is he going to play like a Brown?
I don't know. Hopefully not if Hugh Jackson was.
Hopefully not. Right? Hopefully not a Hugh Jackson Brown. All right, so the tackles are okay. Like everyone's kind of down on Greg Robinson, and I'm like,
I'm fine with Greg Robinson, Desmond Harrison. I don't like Hubbard, but whatever. I mean, fine. You can find
he's in competition. They brought in Seaton, Forbes,
right,
Lamb.
I trust Dorsey on that. That's fine.
We got Robinson. We got what's his name as the backup.
Yeah.
And then the draft pick, who's Forbes. Now it's interesting. So some teams wanted him to move to guard, and the Browns said that they would develop him as a tackle, but they want him to do other spots.
These college guys, they always move back and forth, and then you think he's a guard, and then he's a tackle, and the tackle, then he must be a guard. You never know. So we'll see. Safety: Randall, Sankow, Jermaine Whitehead, Sheldrick Redwine.
Is that it? Can you scroll up? And is that the only scroll up a little bit, maybe?
Wow, those are the only. Oh, and Morgan Burnett. Okay.
Burnett and Eric Murray.
Let those guys fight it out. Expect Randall to make the team.
How many do you need? How many do teams keep? 4?
3.
3? 3. So 3?
Unless, well, you usually keep obviously 2 for sure, and then one guy that can play both. And then you usually have one of your corners can also play safety if there's an emergency.
Because I'm guessing Sheldrick's going to be on special teams. I'm guessing they're going to keep Burnett, Murray, Randall, Sheldrick.
Well, yeah, we know Randall can play all 5 positions if he has to, but he's not really a great corner, but he can. So obviously you keep Randall. Murray's one of Dorsey's guys, so he'll probably make the team. Burnett, I expect him to make it. He's a veteran. He knows how to play football. And then the rest of the guys, who the hell knows? Yeah, but those 3 for sure.
Okay. All right.
Moving on.
I like the pace. We got Kareem Hunt at game 9. Duke Johnson, Devontae Mays. You scrolled up too high. I can't see the other ones.
Yeah, Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb, Dontrell Hilliard. So what's going to happen? Who are they going to keep?
I think Devontae Mays is probably done. But, that's pretty obvious.
So they're going to keep. So do you think they're going to get rid of Duke, or you think they're going to keep him? They seem adamant that they're going to be keeping him.
Eventually you're going to get rid of the Duke, but I think if they can, they're going to make Duke report and make him play.
Yeah. You can get more value for him week 7 if another team's running back goes down.
Somebody brought up something interesting the other day to me, which is that Duke Johnson signed his extension last year after the Browns drafted Nick Chubb and after they got Carlos Hyde. He still signed the extension.
Well, he wanted that money.
What's the difference now, Duke? Because they got one more running back?
That's what I was saying last week. Is like, why is this guy complaining?
You got paid.
He's a good receiver out of the backfield. They're gonna mix him in. It's a tough one. I wouldn't mind having Duke, Kareem, and Chubb. Is that too much? Is that too many good football players?
I think it is if they all have egos and they all want the ball. It creates a problem. But if no, you can never have enough good running backs. No, I don't think so.
Okay, so if he's gone, I suspect Dontrell Hilliard will make it, and if he's not gone,
I think Dontrell Hilliard will make the team. I think he's a good special teams guy.
Will they keep 4 running backs?
No, I don't think so.
Do any of these guys? What I don't see is a fullback. Is there a linebacker out there? Maybe the audience would know. Is there a linebacker?
I think Austin Charles can play fullback whenever you need him to, and none of the running backs can. So you'll just have a tight end play. They never run a set where they have a fullback. So
right. Will we see the wishbone again?
Oh, who the hell knows? Ask Freddie. What the hell? You never know.
Whoop-de-hell. I like that. Britton Colquitt. So do you think they might have gotten this this fifth-round kicker to put in competition with Britton Colquitt, or is his job on lockdown? Because that Oklahoma kicker that they got in the fifth round can punt and kick.
No, I don't think that Colquitt should be worried about Austin Seibert. They signed some Scottish punter, from I don't know what sport he played or what he does, but I think it's just to give him competition. That's all. Dorsey likes competition.
Is anyone going to beat out Charlie Hewlett as our long snapper?
I highly doubt it.
Those guys are lucky, man.
They have the best. That's
the best gig.
If you can long snap, you are guaranteed a college scholarship and a football contract.
I don't know why people wouldn't just focus on that. Like, I suck at a linebacker. I'm just going to double down on being a long snapper. All right, linebacker. Let's get these guys centered up. We got Ray Armstrong. Ray Armstrong, Jannard Avery, DeJuan Hines, Christian Kirksey, Joe Schobert, Adarius Taylor, Xavier Woodson-Luster, Sion, and Mac Wilson.
Okay, those bottom two are definitely going to make the team.
Sion and Mac are definitely going to make it. Schobert is going to make it.
I think Christian Kirksey could be out.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think
so too. I think if any of these guys excel, I don't see him staying on. I mean, we know Avery, Schobert, Taki Wilson.
I think Avery, Schobert, Taki Wilson are in, and that's 4. And you're not going to keep. Are you going to keep 6 linebackers?
Kirksey's going to rotate. But here's the thing: like he's not a Dorsey guy. He's been even last year, and if you look at one of our fan casts that we had, no one said anything about his.
3-2. You got to remember, Wilkes plays a lot of 4-3, so you don't have that need for 3-4 linebackers a lot. I mean, I know everybody jumbles it and mixes it back and forth a lot, but
yep.
I mean,
It'll be interesting, man. What do you guys think out there? Tom says Kirksey stays. They put too much on him right now. I don't know. I don't know what they're putting on him, because even last year when they would talk about Kirksey, you can read through the lines. They called him a player guy, a locker room guy, a spirit guy. Not he's an awesome player.
Read between the lines. You know what that means? It means that he's really not exceptional at football, but he's really good in the locker room, and all the guys like him, and he tries really hard. And he makes a lot of tackles after the line of scrimmage. But other than that, what does Kirko do? Does he make a lot of interceptions? No. Does he force fumbles? No. Does he recover fumbles? No. Does he sack the quarterback? No.
Yeah.
What does he do? He makes like 120 tackles a year, and none of them are TFL, and he has no INTs, and that's the kind of guy he is.
That's exact. Agreed. Totally agreed. We got a couple takes. One, Ed, Dan, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you being here. Tom says he doesn't think they consider any of the drafted this season, any of the LBs drafted this season as starters. But Shepis said when Kirksey announced the Taki pick in Nashville, he told his fiancée he just introduced his replacement.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? That's kind of tongue-in-cheek, and you laugh at it, but you hear these guys, like I hear, what's the guy on 850? Gerard Cherry, the Patriot guy that's on ESPN 850. Well, he's always.
I listen to the other one.
You're always worried about your replacement. Dustin Fox says the same thing. There's always a guy behind you that's going to replace you. They always have somebody to replace you. So.
This is going to be interesting. It'll be interesting to see who wins out. I don't know. I mean, maybe Mac Wilson will step into that role. And they did the same thing last year, though. They didn't have Avery start right off the bat. They didn't need to. But he played a lot.
No, Wilson has to be better than Kirksey.
And then Cliff said, is Avery an LB or a DE? I think he plays a lot because his specialty is getting to the passer. so he plays a lot more on the line. But he is listed as an LB, but yeah, he's not necessarily a good cover LB or anything like that.
I think both the linebacker picks make the team, and then you got to get rid of a couple of these guys. So.
See you later, DeJuan Hines.
Yeah, those guys are gone. All right,
what Darius Taylor?
Guard.
What? You can't just skip over the kickers.
Oh, the kicker. I predict Seibert.
All right, guys out there, Seibert or Joseph?
All right.
Do we want wobbly leg Greg, or a guy who could kick and also replace the punter if he happens to pull a hammy? Is your neighbor back again?
Excuse me?
Is your neighbor back?
Well, kind of.
Hello, neighbor.
He lives in my neighborhood. A different guy.
Is he selling something?
No, he is not.
All right.
He came over to watch wrestling, so
we got to wrap this up. Guards. Betonio, Corbett, Cush, Witzman.
There he is.
What's up?
What's up? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So am I on ESPN now?
Far from it. You're on Facebook Live.
I was gonna say your voice sounded like an ESPN commentator.
Thank you. I'm trying to sharpen it.
Background of the Browns, like you're all official.
Yeah, unlike me.
Yeah, you and your bathrobe.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? Oh, called out on Facebook Live. Betonio, Corbett, Cush, Witzman. They'll keep Betonio, obviously, Corbett, and Cush. Witzman's tall.
Oh, Betonio, Corbett. Who the hell knows? Who cares? Moving on. Defensive tackle.
Someone's ready to go watch wrestling.
No, I mean, come on. Who cares about guards? No one. Let's be honest.
Tackles. Is Carl Davis the first listed tackle?
Yes, he is.
Carl. Okay.
Trevon Coley actually is.
There we go. Trevon Coley.
I have him off the team.
Carl Davis. Daniel Ukulele. Devereaux Lawrence. Larry Ogunjobi. Brian Price. Sheldon Richardson. I mean, come on. None of these guys are even going to be here. Sheldon, Ogunjobi, maybe Trevon Coley. Who else, guys? Who else is going to make it of the tackles? Jim's already gone. He's already watching wrestling.
I'm back.
How many do they keep? Oh, yeah.
Devereaux Lawrence, never heard of that guy. He's gone. Ogunjobi, definitely. Sheldon Richardson, yes.
Oh, shit. Tom just said, WTF kind of part-time podcaster wants to speed up the show to watch some wrestling. You ought to be embarrassed with yourself.
True. That's fine. I admit it.
How many tackles do they keep? Trevon Coley, Ogunjobi, Richardson, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, it's pretty obvious. So, there's no real discussion here.
Nick says, is there any chance that Chad Thomas is going to take a break from the rap game and live up to the expectations of being a third-round pick? The third-round picks really carry a lot of high expectations.
You know what? I'll give Nick some credit on that. I would like to see him do something. But to your point, he's a third rounder. I mean, who really cares?
Right. They gambled. You know? They may have gambled and lost.
If he flames out and burns up, then who cares? You know.
All right. Let's look at our ends. Oh, that one's pretty nice. Garrett, Jones, Smith, Thomas, Olivier Vernon, Anthony Zettel. Jim's going to go turn on the TV for his neighbor. So we're looking at we'll probably keep Chad Thomas, Olivier Vernon, obviously. Myles Garrett, I think he's okay.
Myles Garrett's all right. I think he'll make it by the skin of his teeth. And then no, I mean, come on. Olivier Vernon, Myles Garrett, barring any catastrophic injury, the Browns should have a fearsome pass.
And we'll see. We'll see if someone can beat out Chad Thomas. If they do, then at least Chad has a career in rap.
He does. Definitely, for sure.
All right, cornerbacks. Got to scroll, Jim. You got to do something.
Yep.
You can't be, you know.
Corners.
Justin Burris, TJ Carey, Philip Gaines, Robert Jackson, Ashton Lampkin. I didn't even know who that was. Terrence Mitchell, Lindsey Pipkins, Tavier Thomas. There's got to be a couple more.
I like the name Lindsey Pipkins.
Can you scroll a couple more? Are we missing a couple?
Grady.
Greedy Williams, Denzel Ward, and Donnie Lewis. Missed some important ones there, the two rookies.
Well, I mean, your screen can only fit so many people. So,
all right, so I'm thinking we got TJ Carey, Terrence Mitchell, Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams, and then a crapshoot. Philip Gaines? Who else is going to make it?
maybe Philip Gaines because he has experience. I'm not going to pretend like I know any of these other people.
Right.
And no one that's listening does either.
Well, Donnie Lewis is the other guy they picked in the 7th round. I can make a prediction that he's not going to make it.
Is not going to make the team. Right? He's not going to make the team. He is not going to make it. A guy that's 28 years old and has been in the NFL for 5 years. All right? Let's just be realistic about this and say, boy, at least you have to have 5 minimum. At least I'd say 6. So Carey, Mitchell, Ward, Williams. Boy, but Demarius Randall can also play corner, so he kind of gives you a flex option there.
Right. That's what I mean.
And then you keep another guy at 6.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say.
All right. I think that's the last. Oh, center. J.C. Treader, Kyle Callis. I guarantee they draft a center next year. Might be too late, though. This is Treader's last year. You think they'll sign him again?
Not probably for what he wants, and not his. He's going to want a big contract.
Yeah.
He wants one more big contract. At his age, 28, he'll be 29. Yeah, he wants that one last deal, and Dorsey won't do it.
I was surprised they didn't take a center.
That's why Callis is. Well, yeah, you're right. He probably will take one next year. So we'll see.
Yep. Tom says we need to do a real deal prediction show and follow back on it after the cut. That's typically what we try to do, and so we just do this as kind of a draft recap, getting ready for the season. Then we take a break and come back to it right around the first or second game of the preseason, and then do one closer to the beginning of the year and put our predictions in there and stuff like that. So, but thanks for tuning in, everyone. Tom, Nick, Cliff, Ray, everyone who commented. We really appreciate being able to read in your comments. Everyone else who watched, awesome work. Jimmy, thanks for sharing the slides. I know it got tense there.
Yeah, sorry about the technical issues, folks.
You pushed through, though, man. It was like you took all that negativity that people were giving you, and you turned it into a positive, and we really rounded out the show quite well.
All right.
Go watch wrestling. I know you don't care. This is Sir Yacht, guys. This is Sir Yacht. Check him out on YouTube.
By the way, NXT. That's where it's at.
I can't believe that I'm hearing you say that right now.
Yes, exactly.
I'm muting you. You got any last words?
Yeah, and Raw and SmackDown, but I like NXT better. So there you go. Go Browns.
Go Browns. All right, man. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to the Fancast. This is Odell Town Road by Sir Yacht. Make sure you check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Browns on Odell Town Road. I'm gonna find Odell in the end zone. Gonna take my dogs to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna find Odell in the end zone. I got Odell running the flat, touchdown with a snatch. Teammate holding back and the stadium is packed. Riding with my dogs, Baker getting blocked. Browns ain't bad for wounds, yeah, it's cause Cleveland rocks. Ain't nobody fourth down punting. Yeah, the Browns ain't punting. Steelers fans are scared of us, and every team we crush it. Baker here's the X Factor. We got the last laughter. Favorite in division. You can